Happy New Year, everybody. Cable Guy Ken coming back to you live once again from a boat top review in his front yard. Been off the cam for a little while. Had some health problems, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Y'all ain't here for that. Got a little review to do for you today. I'm gonna start my new year off with trying to get back to doing my reviews in 10 minutes or less on most items, because really that's about all you can say in 10 minutes. Everything you could think about an item, you can do it in 10 minutes unless it's something really major. What I got for you today is something I've had for a long time now, at least probably 6 months, I guess. I've had the Mora Light My Fire Mora knife. Of course, many of you already know this is a collaboration between Light My Fire Fire Steels and Mora Knives of Sweden. It's a stainless steel version. I got the one with the blaze orange colors. Easy, easy to find it in the nighttime and stuff. This currently resides in a plastic bag with some of my homemade fire starting materials, my fat lighter, stuff like that. Even some store-bought items that I bought to try out. All of it stays in the pack as my backup, but a lot of times when we're out camping, I'll pull it out and use it just as my primary knife for a lot of stuff, just because it feels so good in the hand. Give you a close-up of this blade real quick. Get behind the camera so I can see. It's been a while. As y'all can make that out in the light, the profile is actually thinner down here on the end. I'd say the last 1.5 inches of it, it's got a thinner profile leading to the same Scandi bevel. The bevel itself is the same, but then they've thinned it out right here just a little bit more on both sides. I found when we went fishing this past summer, that little thin profile made it excellent for splitting open perch and stuff like that. Little fish, even the skin on a catfish, it cuts right through it. I have yet to sharpen this since I got it. Like I said, I've had it about 6 months. I've used it a lot here in the house for cutting up boxes and stuff like that. It won't shave the hair off your arm anymore, but it's still plenty sharp enough for wood's needs, for cutting and such. Get a little piece of... There's a piece of palm frond. Pretty hard stuff. And you can see it still gets right in there and just peels it right back. So if you're making fire sticks and feather sticks, stuff like that, if you need to trim something down, it does a right quick job of it. The best feature about this knife that I found, now it came with a lanyard on it, a little reflective orange lanyard so you could see it at nighttime. It was about yay long, not big enough to go around your wrist, just big enough to grab. And the first time I used it when we were out camping, the lanyard came off. The end actually came off of it. But it's got a little fire steel here in the butt of the handle. Now, most Moras, the blade stops about halfway up the handle anyway. So, blows that myth about you have to have a full tang to do any work in the woods. You don't have to. You just have to learn how to use one that's not a full tang. But the fire steel that comes with it just showers sparks everywhere. The back spine of the knife is extremely squared off and sharp, so it really digs in and throws sparks from that little fire steel. I mean, and it's tiny. It's a real short steel, but you don't need a big one to get a few sparks going. And I've got a few things out here I'm going to start a fire with real quick. Let me get my camera repositioned into a safe zone, and then I'll show you how it's locked into the handle and how well it works on a couple of different fire starters. Alright, I've got here some I guess you could say it's kind of like my version of the mini Infernos that Dave sells. These are a little bit more waxed than they are anything else. It's the cosmetic pads rather, that women use to take their makeup off. Get one of these peeled off. Mine stick together a good bit, as you can tell. Now the fire steel on this, you can't take it out unless it's out of the sheath, but it twists. It's got a little tab on it here, a little tab there, and it goes into a slot and then twists, and it's locked in there tight. I mean, I've thrown this thing around trying to see if it would just dislodge on its own, and it's in there tight. It's in there real good and solid. Now I've got a little, I say it's just a cosmetic pad impregnated with a good bit of wax. I'm gonna see if I can't fluff some of this wax up a little bit, give me something for the fire steel to bite into there, or the sparks rather. There we go. Got one to hit. You can see it's burning pretty good. It's not as good as the mini Infernos, but they do work. They've saved my butt when we went out camping and it started pouring down rain. They did a quite good job of getting it going, and they go out easy enough so you don't have to waste it. And then I've got something that I'm sure a lot of you have seen before. I don't know if any of you have used. They don't burn a long time. This is a cigarette box, by the way, my wife got me. It's a strong box. I roll my own cigarettes, and inside of it I always keep one little Tender Quick tab. Tender Quick, I guess, is the original micro or mini Inferno, either one. Been around for years and years. I know John McCann swears by them. It's a little wick looking material, cotton of course, and it's impregnated with some sort of substance. You can get these wet, everything else, and they'll take a spark real quick. They just don't burn as long, so you've got to have everything ready if you're going to use them, because they don't burn a long time at all. You can see how quick that took a spark. I mean, that was just one quick hit, if I can pick it up with my wax coated fingers. But you can see how quick too it's burning. But now that will get a fire going, provided you've prepared for everything. The steel is stainless steel, of course, Mora's, made in Sweden, with Light My Fire. It's got a rubber grip. There's a cutout there where the fire steel goes in, so you can see the fire steel, and it prevents water from settling in on it and corroding that fire steel, because they can corrode. Now if you fight it, you can get it out while it's in the sheath, but it's easier to just take the knife out and take this off, and then you've got everything ready to go. I picked it up from John at Survival Resources. John McCann, many of y'all know him, but Denise, if you've been to the gathering, you've met him and talked with him. I think I paid $33 for it, maybe, might have been 30 bucks. Like I said, I've had it for a good while now. I couldn't recommend this knife more if I wanted to. I mean, if you love Moras especially, to me this is the one to have. It comes with everything you need, all in one little quick ready to use package. I suggest the blaze orange color just because it is easy to find in the dark or, you know, low light situations. And there's my Tender Quick going out. But pick one of these up if you can. Add it to your fire kit. Do like I did. I've got it in just a separate fire kit where it stays most of the time, because you know, when I go camping, I've got my Pathfinder, my Habilis, or one of my many other knives, or you know, whatnot on my hip. But this always is in my pack. Always. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Here you've got 2 of 2 items ready to rock and roll in your fire kit. So no matter what, this is good to go. Alright, give you a little close up, face up, whatever you want to call it. Cable Guy Ken, I've missed all of you. I've missed being here on the tube. Look forward to more coming up in the near future. I've got some knife sharpening and some knife using myths that I'm going to try to bust today if I can knock them out real quick. We'll catch you in the next one.